Welcome to the first MunKaw beginner guide to AI art. In this video, we're going to go over the installation process of two programs. One is going to be much more general on the base platform. That program is going to be Stable Diffusion. The second program is going to be Automatic1111, and this is definitely a little bit more intermediate. However, Automatic1111 is the program that you can really grow into all the way up until you're advanced enough for some of the more complicated node-based programs. It is important to note that Automatic1111 will only run locally on a Windows 10 or 11 operating system with an NVIDIA GPU graphics card. There's a lot of ways to use image generation to make money. And for today's video, MunKaw channel is your guide with this first step to the world of financial freedom through artificial intelligence. This is a first video, and we are excited to start with you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to join us. So, have fun. But for this video, that's enough talking. Let's jump right into the installation process over in the computer. Now first log into your computer and right-click on the bottom bar of Windows and click on Test Manager. And now click on Performance on Windows 10. If you have Windows 11, click on this icon in the left bar. In the Open Windows, search for GPU and select it. Now scroll down and look for dedicated GPU memory. If you have at least 4 GB here, then you are ready to proceed. If you don't see any GPU, it means your computer doesn't have a dedicated video card. If this is the case, don't worry. Check the description of this video to find our alternative tutorial to use Stable Diffusion. Now that we have verified the specifications of our computer, we must prepare with all the necessary software. So, before installing Stable Diffusion, we will install Python and Git. Let's see together what they are. Python is the programming language used to develop the Stable Diffusion model. For this tutorial, you must install a specific version 3.106. So, if you already have Python, make sure you follow the step and get the correct version. Otherwise, Stable Diffusion won't work. To install Python, open your search engine and type Python 3.1.6 download. Now open the first result and make sure you are on the same page as me. You will also find a link in the description. When you are on this page, scroll down and click the recommended Windows Installer 64-bit and installation file will download. Once it has been downloaded, click on it and an installation window will open. Before proceeding, clicking the Install Now button, make sure to enable the Add Python to Path checkbox. This step is important to avoid errors, so make sure you enable it. Now click on Install Now and wait for the installation to complete. As soon install is complete, it means that you have correctly installed Python. Excellent work. Now let's move on to the next step. So let's go back to our search engine, and first we need to type Git. It is a distributed version control system. This means that it tracks changes to files and directories over time. In our case, we will use it to automatically install all the files we need to start Stable Diffusion. Click the text downloads under the first Git search. Make sure you're on the same page as me. You will find the link in the description. Then you need to select the Windows icon, then select the click here to download, and then wait for it to install. Once the file has been downloaded, this installation screen will open. You will need to proceed by clicking Next several times. Then install will take a few minutes. In the meantime, I remind you to take a look at Easy Diffusion. Easy Diffusion is an easy to install and use distribution of Stable Diffusion. Easy Diffusion installs all required software components required to run Stable Diffusion. As soon as the installation is completed, you can click on Finish, and this step is also completed. Let's move on to the next one. Now that we have completed the process of installing the necessary components, we need a user-friendly application to generate our generative art using Stable Diffusion. One popular option is to utilize the web interface Automatic1111. This interface has gained widespread popularity, and you've likely encountered it before. With Automatic1111, we can see us generate our artwork, with just a few clicks, making the process effortless and intuitive. Let's delve into the installation process. To start, open the GitHub link you find in our article. This will take you to the Automatic1111 source code page. Make sure you open the link I provide to avoid landing on scam pages. If you don't know what GitHub is, don't worry. Just know that it's a platform where developers publish software source code. I'll show you the steps you need to take. Scroll down and to the right, you'll find the releases the version of Automatic1111 available at the time it was 1.7.0. If a newer version is available, it indicates that Automatic1111 has been updated. If so, proceed by clicking on the latest version, locate the Asset section at the bottom of the page, and click on Source Codes app. The download will begin providing everything needed to launch Automatic1111. Once the installation is complete, we need to extract the contents of the downloaded zip file. To simplify this process, I suggest creating a new folder on your desktop and extracting the contents directly into it. Open the zip file, navigate to the Stable Diffusion folder, and select everything within it. Press Ctrl+A to quickly select all files and folders, then drive the selection to the newly created folder on your desktop. We've extracted Stable Diffusion, so you can close the zip window. We won't need it anymore. Inside the Stable Diffusion folder, there will be many files. Don't be scared. For now, you don't need to know what all these folders do. In the future, I'll explain the most essential ones. If you're having trouble following me or have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I'd be happy to help you. The next step would be the installation of Stable Diffusion. First, scroll down until you find the web user. That file. Right-click and click Edit. Before we can download Stable Diffusion, we need to make some configuration changes. For now, write exactly what I tell you. Be careful with the step. If you make a mistake, you could encounter errors in the next steps. Write git pull at the top of the file. This will ensure that you always have the latest version of Automatic1111. In the command line, or section, you need to write --xformers. This will improve the performance of image generation. If you don't feel confident about modifying this file yourself, pause the video and go to our article. You'll find the full text file there. Just copy and paste the entire contents. Much easier. Now you need to save the changes. To do this, click File at the top and then Save. Once you're done, close the tab and click on the file you just modified. This will start the Stable Diffusion installation process. It may happen that Windows considers running this file dangerous for your computer and therefore prevents you from opening it. Don't worry, this process will not cause harm to your computer. It's just that Windows does not recognize this file as not a normal file. To solve this problem, proceed by clicking More Info and then Run anyway. In this way, you will be able to access the file and install Automatic1111. If you completed all the previous steps correctly, you'll be able to see that the installation process has started. It may take a while. This is normal. The latency is mainly due to a slow connection. After the download, as you can see, the Automatic1111 interface has automatically opened to this URL address, which corresponds to the local address of your computer on port 7860. If you accidentally close the tab of your browser or Stable Diffusion did not start automatically, don't worry, you can open it manually. In fact, you can see that the address where you can access the interface is indicated in the terminal. Select this address with the mouse. Use the Ctrl+C combination to copy it. Then open a browser window and paste the address with Ctrl+V. If you have any difficulty following these steps or are looking for more in-depth information, we are happy to share links to courses dedicated to Stable Diffusion, designed to elevate your expertise to the status of Stable Diffusion expert. For a final recap, if we want to start up Stable Diffusion in Automatic1111, we're just going to come into our Stable Diffusion folder. Wherever you went ahead and set that up, and you're going to double-click on file that named webuser.bat, or rename it run.bat. That is going to start up the command prompt. It's going to take a few seconds, going to launch the WebUI. And once it's done launching and boom, Automatic1111 will automatically open in your web browser, and you are ready to start. This has been the installation of Stable Diffusion on PC as well as Automatic1111 on Windows 10 and 11. In the next video, we're going to talk about managing resources, where to put files, how to set up your file management, so that everything is easy to use and easy to find, and then we're going to get into prompting. So stay tuned. We'll see you in the next video.